5 years ago, Paris was rocked by a series of terror attacks. 17 people were killed in January 2015. It began on the 7th of January. Two brothers entered the office of French satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo. They opened fire during its edit meeting. 12 people were killed. The terrorists were identified as Saeed and Sharif Kouachi. Reports claim that the witnesses heard the terrorists shouting, "We have avenged the Prophet and God is great." They were neutralized 2 days later, the shooters. On the same day, on the 9th of January, a supermarket was attacked where 5 people were shot. What triggered these terror attacks? A series of cartoons published by Charlie Hebdo. The satirical magazine had lampooned Prophet Muhammad. To many, it was blasphemy. But does that justify killing people in cold blood? It doesn't. 5 years on, 14 people are standing trial for the Charlie Hebdo killings. They're facing various charges, including providing arms and logistical support to the terrorists. The trial is being called historic for reasons various and many. For starters, the trial is likely to go on for at least 49 days. Reports say that there are at least 200 plaintiffs. 144 witnesses are likely to testify in the courtroom. Special viewing galleries have been opened for the public. They can see the accused being tried in the Paris court. Charlie Hebdo republished the controversial cartoons yesterday to mark the start of the trial. We told you all about it. The republishing of these cartoons was aimed at making a statement in support of free speech and expression. While Charlie Hebdo found support from across the globe, there were others who criticized it for reopening old wounds. Among them was Pakistan. It said offending millions of Muslims cannot be justified as an exercise in press freedom or freedom of expression. But what does Pakistan know about press freedom anyway? All eyes were on French President Emmanuel Macron. The question was whether or not Macron will slam the magazine for republishing the cartoons. Guess what the president said? He said it was not his place to judge.
Je pense qu'un président de la République en France
I think the President of the Republic of France should never qualify editorial choices of a journalist or the editorial staff, because there is freedom of press that we are rightly attached to.
Dans notre pays, depuis le début de la Troisième République, dont vendredi, d'ailleurs, nous célébrerons les...
Macron upheld the freedom of expression. He had the chance to use secularism as an excuse to appease the minority, the nearly 5 million Muslims of France. But President Macron chose to steer clear of it. Instead, he mentioned that in France, you have the freedom to blaspheme. That blasphemy should not come in between freedom of press or the freedom of expression.
Tout ça impose aux citoyens que nous sommes.
From where I stand, I'm here to protect all these freedoms. So it's not up to me to qualify the choices of journalists. I can only say that in France, we criticize governments and presidents to be blasphemous.
Ce à quoi nous nous habituons est quelque chose qui peut menacer cette liberté et dont il est mon devoir de le rappeler.
Macron also added that sketches are not hate speeches. I had to say, President Macron's stand on this controversial issue is exemplary. There is a lesson for leaders across the globe. It is very easy to succumb to international pressure or slaughter the rights of the majority to appease the minority or selectively apply the principle of secularism. Standing up for the freedom of expression is never easy, but it is always the right thing to do.